what's up, y'all? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Say what's up in the chat. Go. Bandara, what's good? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I got some stuff for y'all today. It is confirmed. It is pretty much confirmed that Drake is gonna respond. So I've got some video proof and all that good stuff to show you guys. We'll just wait a couple minutes before a few more people hop in here. You know what I'm saying? To put the video out, or to put the videos on, because I don't want to keep referencing the videos back and forth. So, Zaxion, what's up? Love from India, man. I'm glad you're here. You know what I'm saying? Love right back from you. Love back to you from Atlanta. That's for sure. But yeah, man, we've got a lot of stuff. Again, I don't know if I necessarily always want to report on this stuff, but I wasn't doing nothing and I was just watching a podcast, and I figured, hey, you might as well just take some of this information that you're getting and share it with your people. Hey, what's up, Mick Benjamins? Hey, I appreciate you, my guy, for hopping in here. I appreciate you too. I was in a meeting with Mick earlier today, about an hour ago. I was gonna do this a little bit earlier, but I had to take a meeting. Just the irony of the world. Appreciate you for hopping in here. But I am going to speak to some of that stuff just from the perspective of, I watched the new Rory and Mal podcast a lot, right? It's one of my favorite podcasts out there. And in that podcast, Mal is Big's brother. So Big, was one of the founders, obviously, of Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z. So Mal has a bunch of different connections in music and stuff like that when it comes to access to people that all of us have access to. And then he does a podcast and he kind of shares some of his thoughts and some of his feelings and stuff like that. And so he's cool with Drake. They're like buddies and stuff. So what up, LD40 Productions? You said what? Is some hit the keys? What, you want me to do the intro or something? I'm not sure what you're asking me. But so Mal has been in contact with Drake. And then it's just, I like with stuff like this. Like if you guys have been watching the channel, or you guys, obviously rock with me, I kind of want to sit in the middle. So I want to put myself in both people's shoes. And then I kind of want to give my perspective, or I want to form my opinions and everything from there. I don't want to sit in, I don't want to be on a side, it's not even that I don't want to be on the side because I don't want to be, be on the wrong losing side or whatever. It's just fucking hip hop beef. It's not really that big a deal. If the rapper I liked more lost, whoop-de-fucking do. It doesn't affect me. Like I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna get up and make a video tomorrow, and I'm gonna be on stream or doing whatever tomorrow. So for me, I'm in a perspective of, I just want what's best for hip hop, and I just want to hear good diss tracks and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, I don't have the intro on this computer. I can't show. I mean, I guess I could show a video, but it's all right, man. But yeah, I just want to sit in the middle. I want to be able to digest everything. I want to be able to allow these two men to have an appropriate amount of time to respond, because, as a writer and as a lyricist and rapper and all that other stuff, you know how strenuous it would be to have to write a diss track every fucking day, record that shit, mix, edit, put it out, make sure it's top tier, make sure it sounds good. When the other person already has like 10 tracks, it's just a hard contest. So in this video, I kind of have, I've got Mal talking about different things with Drake. And then it's funny because in the podcast, it's hilarious because Mal is the only person who's team Drake in the podcast. And the other three people, Julian, Rory, and Baby D, they're all team Drake, basically. I mean, they're team Kendrick, and they're trying to seem like they're not. So here's the tape. I'll start right here. So basically in this video, this is the pod that came out this morning. And in the pod, like I was saying, Mal right here, if you're not aware, I gotta switch screens, sorry. All right, so Maul right here is Big's brother, and Big is basically, one of the founders of Rockefeller Records. Rory has been an A&R. He used to work with Jay-Z, used to work on Duce Palooza, all this other stuff. So these dudes are kind of like into the whole entire hip-hop community. They know a lot about what goes on behind the doors just because of who they're close to. Like, he's always at all Jay-Z's events and all that other stuff. So just a little background information before I hit play. I'm just going to hit play. I'm not going to run through this whole thing. I've kind of got it bookmarked at different parts of different things I want to play of the podcast. And then I kind of want to open up a discussion talking about, what do you guys think, coming from this perspective, I guess, because it's just a different perspective. Again, it's not my perspective. I'm not saying I disagree with Maul. There's certain parts I do. There's certain shit that's funny as hell. But this is basically what Maul said.
It happens.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Did you talk to Drake at all this week?
Yeah.
What was his temperature like?
He's chilling, man. He's enjoying it, but he does seem like he's kind of like at that point, like, all right, man, how many more we got to do?
Meet the Grams flustered him.
Okay.
No,
bro, you're not gonna get me to do what you want me to do. I'm not doing that.
I'm not asking you. I feel like my role in this episode, because I feel like I'm.
So then Julian goes on to speak on, what the fans want to address, because all the fans of the pod know that Maul and Drake are cool, so they have all these questions that they want to ask in return about it, because everybody thinks that it's just over and they think that it's just done. So this is that clip right there was a little later on in the podcast. What's up, Dame? So that clip was a little bit later in the podcast. At that point, I just put that one first, just so that you know that he had talked to Drake, and then when I run back to the different clips, you'll just understand. There's more coming. So I guess from there we can go to the next clip. That's cool. So let me go back to the screen, and then we'll hit this one right here. And so right here, I can't remember. This might be this is probably a funny clip. So this shit's kind of funny, right? 1844. I need to write that down, because if I have to run back to this later on, I'm probably going to come back to this clip and play it later on. 1844. But this clip is kind of funny as we watch it.
And Kendrick running with that. This is where the artwork makes me think both sides are fucking lying. Because I don't think there's a world where Kendrick Lamar is approached with a suitcase of Dennis Grams that has Drake's medication in
Receipts.
it, a Maybach glove. Like,
yeah, see, why you don't think that's believable? If he think he got a mole, from that side.
When he buys Tupac's ring, they give him a CVS receipt. You think Kendrick Lamar thinks that?
Bro, if he thinks this is Drake's dad's suitcase, he's gonna believe anything that's in there. That's what you're not understanding. There's a reason he made this. You think he made this the artwork? You think this is the artwork because he didn't believe it?
I also think there's a world where, look, these guys are businessmen. They're creatives. You can just fake what do you need? A fucking $20 printer and a couple empty pill bottles I think it's the perception that I have all this information on you. I don't think any of this shit's real. I can make a fucking fake receipt right now about some Ozempic pills that you're on. Like, what are we we convince people that genocide.
I think I pulled the wrong clip. So I think y'all just got some random shit, but that's a good spot though, He's basically, later on in the podcast, he goes on to mention that Kendrick, ultimately, whatever information that they got was spread through some girl. So it wasn't like it was, I don't know. I don't have the answers. I'm not here to defend on either side. I'm just telling you what they were talking about in this podcast today. So yeah, this is the clip right here. This clip is kind of funny. I'm not even going to hold y'all. This shit's kind of funny.
He did rap about it. Now y'all saying you mad he rapped about it. What the fuck are y'all talking about?
Okay, now.
That's exactly what he did on the Hard Part 6. He rapped about this nigga's taking his fake information. I told y'all this on Family Matters when I said, you digging for dirt, you should be digging for proof. I got pictures of the fucking little girl all in the fucking video plastered on the wall. I'm fucking playing with this dumb nigga, and he's going for it. I'm the most lit nigga in the game. Y'all mad, and there's no skeletons in my closet. I'm not no fucking pedophile. Stop it. That's the only thing y'all niggas know that could fucking end my run is me being, and it doesn't exist. Stop the bullshit.
But
you Mr. Lamar, you hit your girl because she's bigger than you. You put your hands on your girl. She's been engaged for years. Y'all not married yet. You living in New York. She's not. Let's talk real shit. All this 11-year-old daughter shit y'all talking about. And because he released it right after the Family Matters. It's a better record. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
So this is why the podcast is extra funny to me, is because Maul was going hard in this podcast because again it's his buddy. So you know he's going hard talking about, dude, they set this nigga up and y'all are like, oh, this track squashes this track, but Kenny doesn't have to address anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know I'm not really a pedophile or PDF file. You know I don't have another daughter. But you, Mr. Lamar, you beat your woman because she's bigger than you. I'm sorry, I don't know if I believe any of that. I just think that it's funny the way that he presented that in this video. I think that shit's just hilarious. Just childish, just childish. So again, these are people that actually know these people though. So that's why I don't know the context and everything from the whole battle is just kind of weird. And then like things that I think, and like, I don't want to say like stances that I take for sure, but like things I don't like about this battle. And I've always said it is, I don't really like the culture vulture thing. And I think like Maul does a really good job of explaining right here, kind of why it's not fair to call Drake a culture vulture. Because it's like stuff that people don't really talk about, they don't really acknowledge. That's kind of why I like this podcast especially for this battle, because it's like, you can see they're not just, this podcast ain't just one side. Like everybody else was caping for freaking Kendrick and he's caping for Drake. So you gotta like that. Good, healthy conversation.
The nigga has given just as much, if not more, than he's taken. And that's a fact. Look at whatever charts and discographies and go down the list. I'm not gonna say he has given just as much, if not more, than he's taken.
That's an angle I kind of wish he took more on in the Heart Part 6, because he said it on Push-Ups and Family Matters. Like, everyone is dissing me. I gave y'all your first number one. Like, what are we even talking about? Yeah. I think he is talented enough to take.
Oh, I messed that up. I didn't even give y'all the clip. We'll run it back. Man, my bad.
For Blueprint 3, if I remember correctly, that was supposed to be a world album where every song.
The nigga has given just as much, if not more, than he's taken. And that's a fact. Look at whatever charts and discographies and go down the list. I'm not gonna say he has given just as much, if not more, than he's taken.
That's an angle I kind of wish he took more on in the Heart Part 6, because he said it on Push-Ups and Family Matters. Like, everyone is dissing me. I gave y'all your first number one. Like, what are we even talking about? Yeah. I think he is talented enough to take that culture vulture narrative and flip it. So now all of a sudden I'm a culture vulture. I wasn't the last 20 years when I was giving everybody hits and y'all was coming to all my shows, streaming everything, calling me up for a feature, trying to use my formula. I'm sure there's been international artists that have reached out to him. He's like, yo, this record's dope.
Of course they have. Of course they have. He's the biggest artist, one of the biggest artists in music.
And to me, that's more of what he should be fighting back on.
Not
over explaining.
No, because according to you, that would be him explaining himself, and that would be him trying to so he can't do that either. Because if he goes that route, he's gonna lose that route too.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So like his perspective is a pretty legit perspective when you think about it, because no matter what that dude does, he's gonna take an L. Like, he doesn't address the PDF file stuff. Y'all gave him an L. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't give you, y'all don't think he gave y'all receipts of the girl, the baby girl or whatever, but I guess there's pictures in a video of the girl, and everybody thought maybe it was Adonis or something, but it was pictures of that girl that he sent the stuff over to. Like, that's what Maul said. He says in one of there's a goose egg somewhere where you can see the picture of the girl and the information that they planted and that they sent over to Kendrick. So I think that is a, and then Maul says some more stuff. See, I wish I could have had everything, because I took a whole bunch of notes, but when I was watching it, it was coming back like I was watching the premiere. So when you're watching the premiere and you're trying to take timestamps, it's all like negative an hour, and it never matches up at the end. So I couldn't get everything that I wanted to get, because he had some really good points about just some things to watch out about. So like he says, the Heart Part 6 is going to age really well because of all the stuff that's going to come up after that song. So that song was, I guess, made to obviously defend the PDF file stuff, but it was to set up the next part of the battle for Drake, because obviously this battle's not going the way that he wants his battle to go. So like, you know, the general consensus is that he's taking the L right now, to where, you know, Drake's just down, Kendrick's up right now. So I don't know. Obviously I don't know the plan, you know. It's crazy that we're here though now. Like that's kind of where I want to talk about is it's crazy that we're to the point where, in our life and in this hip hop culture where like motherfuckers think that the battle is over because the last diss tracks came out Sunday. Like that's what blows my mind about this whole entire situation, this whole entire, like the way hip hop beef is going now. It's just that people, y'all, I'm not saying necessarily anybody in the chat, but a huge majority of people who've never really been into battle rap or hip hop like that, now that it's between Kendrick and Drake and that they're these two popular ass artists, now everybody has an opinion about who they think that they won this battle and this and that. And I feel like if this is your first fucking battle tuning into, you probably should sit out commenting on this, you know? Like if you know, I mean that maybe like on a public space, because it's like once it starts getting to all these people who don't really understand like this shit, if Beyonce made a song about Taylor Swift today, nobody would expect for Taylor Swift to make a song about her return immediately, you know? But now it's because all these people are just hopping into hip hop culture. They think that, oh, well, you know, they might have hopped in when Drake and Meek, and just at weird times when now it seems as if the time in which you drop music supersedes the quality of the music. And I think that's the biggest fault we're gonna have when it comes to, maybe I'll move over a little bit since the text is all up there on the screen. Yeah, maybe that looks a little better, huh? But maybe we have to figure out, I don't know, man. I'm all for the music winning versus the time limit in which if you drop 5 songs before I drop 5, you know, I don't think that should be the winner. And again, I'm not saying that Kendrick isn't winning or is winning because of that fact. I need the battle to be over with before we pick a winner. Kendrick might be up, but it just depends on where you think about where the songs start and end. Because I think that, in my personal opinion, I think that Push-Ups was better than Like That. And then I thought that Family Matters was better than Euphoria. And then I thought that, I mean, those are, you know, I wasn't really the biggest fan of the Heart part 6, you know. So I don't know where we're at with the scoring and everything, but that's just, you know, I think that I just don't know. I don't know where these rounds are starting, when these rounds are ending. I think that's what part of what Maul was saying too in the podcast is he was like, you know, here, let me see if I think it follows up on this clip right here. So let me come back here. I think it's going to be here in a second. So I'm going to let the clip play for a second, but he's just talking about how Drake feels about the shit.
Speaking on behalf of everybody that was been waiting for us to record. I'm just saying, I just think,
why do you feel like it flushed?
He jumped to the timeline and started doing the Instagram story thing. And then was like, it just seemed scrambly.
Because you think that he did that because he saw that his strategy worked? And he said, okay, prove that I have a 11-year-old daughter. Where is she?
And I think he should have done that with music.
Yo, but that's the thing. Kendrick didn't win. It's not over. Like, y'all want to declare the winner to be over. I have seen so many rap beefs in my life. I am 43 years old. I've been watching niggas go at each other, pause, for a long time, right? So we gave 50 and we gave the Locks all the time in the world that they needed to get that battle out, right? Them motherfuckers battled for like a year and a half, right? They battled for the grip. Motherfuckers was making mixtapes. They got to put all the art out that they wanted to in order to figure out who was going to win that battle. We can go back to like LL Cool J and we can go back to Kool Moe Dee. Them motherfuckers battled each other for like 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like it was just a battle that was decided by some people on the internet after a fucking month or after 2 months. They got to continuously put out songs about each other on like 3 or 4 albums for years before we figured out who won that battle. I mean, you know, Cannabis, and I guess that wasn't a long battle though. Cannabis kind of, I don't know. I feel like Cannabis won based off their first songs, but you know, the public opinion on that one's out. But like with a lot of these rap beefs, remember Jay-Z and Nas went at each other for songs. It wasn't like it was a fucking 1 month span when all of Ether and everything dropped. You know what I'm saying? That shit was over like a year span. So it's like now we're in this space of now we're in this space of the fucking people who have nothing to do with the beef are the ones who are trying to decide the time limit. This shit isn't a fucking 1 month and now you're done. Or like once one rapper gets up, now it's done. You know, like one rapper planned this shit for years, put a lot of time into writing songs. The other rapper was fucking caught by, I don't want to say caught by surprise. He knew it was coming eventually. But I don't think that he was sitting at home writing raps for years about this other motherfucker. So that I can just drop on top of you every time that you come out. I just think that that's like, I mean, that's a strategy and I get that that's cool, but that doesn't mean that the battle is over. You know, like Drake can still respond. The last track was fucking Sunday, bro. It's fucking Wednesday. You know, that's the problem with this battle. And that's why fans on both sides, so like the Drake side and on the Kendrick side, fans on the Drake side, they don't have a realistic grasp of reality. They don't know what the fuck's going on right now. They don't understand that fucking Kendrick got the whole entire West Coast fucking sea walking a fucking not like us. Kendrick fans, they think that just because Kendrick dropped new music, the shit's over. Oh, okay, Drake's gonna just stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing that he can say is going to change the outcome of the battle. Nothing that he can say is going to tarnish Kendrick's reputation because it's coming from Drake. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, ugh, this is a rough one. Yeah, UFP, I reported on that yesterday. I did a video about that, live stream about that yesterday. It was actually a fire live stream. I guess one of his security guards got shot yesterday at like 2 a.m. in the morning, or at night, or whatever you want to consider it. But yeah, one of his Drake security guards got shot. I don't think that, see, I wish I had that clip too, Vinny, because I had more stuff here in this Maul podcast where Maul was like, he wasn't waving the white flag. He was just telling you that fucking nigga that we was cool, that we was just doing a fucking friendly battle and shit. Nigga, you fucking you burnt out this whole fucking battle on some weird shit, you know? So I think that he was just trying to this is based off what I'm watching from this podcast though. Because again, like I said, Maul talks to Drake. He said he had talked to Drake. He said more is on the way, so on and so forth. And then he kind of broke down what he was kind of saying there was just like, you know, like, damn, nigga, like everything I said was facts. You didn't say nothing that was true. So again, I don't know if anything is true or not. Kendrick could have been telling all truths. Drake could have been telling all truths. We don't have those answers over here. I don't know those niggas. I listen to both their music. I enjoy both of them as artists. So, you know, that's where I stand with this. Yeah, but Deuce Beats, that's where we have to look at too. That's why I kind of say when this thing is all said and done, we have to look at the music and like, you know, see what songs outlast other songs, because like, you know, there's a point where like, if Kendrick is allowed to be melodic and use alien voices and go all nuts on Euphoria, whatever tracks he wants to go on, he wants, because that's his style, that's his artistic way he puts out music, he's allowed to do that. But if he's allowed to do that and we allow him to do, you know, use different voices and stuff like that, we have to allow Drake to use melodic sounds. Like one of my favorite parts of this whole battle is the third verse on Family Matters. That shit is fire. Dude, that run that Drake goes on when he's like talking about their kids should go in a park, you know, 2 light-skinned kids, that would be cute. And then he goes on that fucking run from there. Or do you not want to be with anyone darker than you? And I get it. I got it. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. We get that you like to put gin in your juice. We like to get you bishop from juice. You know, is it self-defense? Or you know what I'm saying, y'all? And then he goes into when you put your hands on your girl, is it self-defense because she's bigger than you? You know, I mean, but it's that run was fire for me. Just because it showcased Drake's actual skill kind of creativity and some wittiness, you know. It wasn't like a super bar. It wasn't like it was super nasty. It wasn't no entendres, or it wasn't nothing complex that was going to get anybody going. But if Drake's allowed, if Kendrick's allowed to do what makes Kendrick Kendrick, Drake has to be allowed to do what makes Drake Drake. And we can't look at this from a point of a lyrical battle, because I've said this before, I'll say this again, and I'll say this every time that I speak on this topic. If we're taking just a straight lyrical battle from Drake and Kendrick, why did anybody sign up for that shit? Why did anybody show up to the party? Because we already knew what was going to happen to get started. We know that Kendrick's a far superior lyricist to Drake. Drake is just a better artist, you know, as far as putting out hits and shit like that. So yeah, I get that, Niles, that Kendrick came at us a whole bunch of different ways. So like, you know, he gave us like therapy session, he gave us a club bop, you know, he gave us 616 and Meet the Grams are similar, but you know, similar pace track there. But what do you want to do? Because you're like, I don't agree with that shit either. I don't agree with Drake gave us fucking 4 back-to-back type tracks. What I think happened was that the Meet the Family, what I think happened was that was going to be 3 different diss tracks. And then I think when Kendrick dropped a fucking 6.5 minute diss track on Euphoria, Drake was like, fuck, I gotta drop a fucking 7-minute diss track? I think that shit fucked his whole strategy up. I think that was the moment that fucked Drake up in this battle, is that since he knew Kendrick was writing songs, he probably was preparing songs and he was probably getting stuff together just in case they ever had a battle. Because, you know, I got some motherfuckers I'm cool with, but I have bars just in case we ever gotta go to battle. Yeah, I got some bars on deck. So I think that when Kendrick dropped a 6.5 minute diss track, it fucked up Drake's whole tactic. And so then Drake went and took 3 different songs, because I don't think that those 3 songs sound like back to back. I think all 3 of those songs sound different. You know, he's got the drop. That sounds different than when it switches into the drill beat, and then he switches up his whole flow, and then he's rapping different, and then it switches up into the shit where he's all melodic. That shit don't sound like nothing else out. You know, that shit is super original. And probably hard to put together, you know, as an artist. If it wasn't 3 different songs that they put together, then that's super creative, you know. Yeah, but here's the thing about Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams. If that nigga got tricked into writing a third of a song and he's talking to a child that doesn't exist, that makes the nigga look like it makes him look insane, you know? In my opinion, I feel like if you're talking to yourself, you look insane. I feel the same way though. If you have accused somebody of beating their spouse and they didn't beat their spouse, that's insane too. That's insane. See, like what you're saying to me, man, is like some of the stuff, and I'm not saying this to hate, because again, I'm in the middle, and like it may seem like I'm defending Drake, because it's like I don't feel like Drake gets the same shake that Kendrick gets. So you said Drake lost all credibility. I don't think you can death blow somebody with a song with fake information. Like if you're like the realest person on earth, if you're supposed to be the realest MC out here, but you're lying and you're saying fake stuff, I think that kind of actually squashes that song, because the fact that you lied and you put out a bunch of fake stuff to make somebody look bad goes completely against the persona of who Kendrick Lamar is. So somebody who's looking at things a little bit deeper, I think that if you fuck up that bad and you swung, motherfucker, you missed on that one. Especially if the other person fed you the information. But when you say what I don't like about this battle is that it's not, one person can do whatever they want to, and if another person does something that's similar at any point, they don't get a pass. So saying that Drake lost because he used AI, but Kendrick's used AI in music before, and then Kendrick also sampled Al Green, so it's like he's sampling people's music and shit and using their shit too, you know, to weaponize. That was the biggest thing. It wasn't in like, I think that's stupid to be like he lost because of AI. Kendrick can use AI in any of his music. Drake can use AI in his music that comes after, even if it's attacking Kendrick. because Kendrick's already used the shit. So it's like you can't. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. What's good, Vanta? What's good, OFS? But who's to decide what the reason within reason is? You know, now that's what gets me is like who's the one to decide what's a fair amount of the AI or a fair amount of whatever to be able to use, you know? That's kind of where we get torn, you know? Who is the deciding factor on what is okay and what's not okay? Yeah, kind of. I wouldn't really say the public though, because the public it's not unanimous. Nothing's unanimous. So, and then the public can be biased, you know? The public's been biased a lot, you know? You can never say that the public chooses who's right or who's wrong, because the same public, you know, when you look at history, has, you know, enslaved people, ran people through a Holocaust, done all kinds of stuff. And then the public, the mass public often was wrong. So, you know, there's been a lot of times throughout history the mass public has been wrong. That ain't fucking, we know that shit. That's why laws change. That's why stuff changes all the time, is because people's perception of things change throughout time. Yo, there was a time in this world where I won't go there, but I'll leave that to myself. I agree with the AI part. Let me see. Live streaming. Let me switch to this view. It's a little easier to see y'all's comments. I don't even know, Vinny, I don't even know if Drake underestimated Kendrick, because I don't think you can underestimate Kendrick. I think that Kendrick, you know that Kendrick is one of the greatest ever. So I don't think that you can underestimate a Kendrick Lamar. But what I do think, hey, what's up, Tiff? What I do think is that I guess maybe if he underestimated the amount of work that he had saved up and ready to release. But I don't think he underestimated him from the fact that he knew that he was going to have to battle this machine. What I think happened was that I think that Drake thought that they were friends, that they were cool in real life. So I don't think that he realized that Kendrick fucking hated him, because Kendrick hates him. You don't say this shit about somebody that you just want to have a rap beef with, you know? I got a lot of friends that I used to battle with every single day. I used to be a battle rapper. I used to go to all kinds of battles. I used to do all kinds of stuff. I never said anything to my friends that I knew was going to end the friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I knew it was going to end the friendship, I wouldn't say it. If you call somebody a PDF file, you're ready to end the friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, the friendship is absolutely over if you call somebody a PDF file, or if you tell, you know, the world about an 11-year-old child knowing how the last rap beef with this person. So maybe if that's where we're at the point of Drake underestimated Kendrick, but I just think that he thought that they were friends. And so, you know, he thought that all these years that all this shit was friendly jabs back and forth, and Kendrick was fucking on some maniacal shit, which is weird because, like, you know, you see the videos of like all these people giving Drake all these shout outs. So like Kendrick, you know, he's like, oh, because nobody would take Kendrick on fucking tour. Drake took that nigga on tour. So it's like, it's just, I just want to know what the fuck happened between all these people, because, all these motherfuckers are on video giving Drake props. You said Drake sounded exhausted and dry on part 6. I think that was the point. I have no idea. I don't know, but I think that's part of his plan. I think that, hey, what's up, Vanta? I might go over some of the stuff here again in just a moment, because I only plan on streaming for a little bit. If anybody's in here who doesn't really normally follow the channel, I do music critiques on Wednesday night. So in a few hours, probably in 4 or 5 hours, I'm going to get on and listen to music too. So if you want to pop back in and listen to some music, or if you do music and want to submit you want some advice on mixing and stuff like that, I will be here to do that tonight. I just wanted to talk about this today because I was watching the podcast, and I was going to shoot a video earlier, but then I ended up watching the podcast for 3 hours instead of shooting a video. So I thought I'd react to it. Now, what was I commenting on? Well, yeah, but see here, I wouldn't disagree that Kendrick's going to be winning in most polls. But the points that I've been trying to bring all this whole entire time in like the last couple of days is, what are we scoring versus what? Because that's going to affect who's winning the battle. If we're going round for round, or if we're just going to take the fact that Kendrick has dropped 5 songs and Drake's dropped 3. I mean, what are we doing? That's why I said I'm not picking a winner until this is all said and done, so I can start comparing song versus song versus comparing one song versus 2 songs that were dropped that somebody may or may not have written 3 or 4 months in advance. You know, one person's responding to the diss tracks, and the other person, you can tell, kind of had all this stuff ready to go because they can just drop it right away and it doesn't respond to anything. Like, there's no response to, like, you know, anything, any of the allegations that Drake has made. So I can understand Kendrick not wanting to respond to him though, and just be like, fuck that shit and just keep fucking going in, you know, like completely ignoring Drake's angle while continuing to go hard. And maybe he has more dirt and maybe he has more angles to go at. So I can see Kendrick going that route, because it's like, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? We're not even going to address that shit. We're not going to address any of that. We're just going to go, we're just going to, you know, which typically in past battles hasn't worked though. In past battles, you have to address what the other person is saying. It has to be done. And I don't understand. That's another thing I don't understand in this battle. I don't understand why nothing that Drake said has to be addressed by Kenny, but he had to address the daughter shit, which is the least egregious allegation of them all. And then he had to address the PDF file stuff, because he didn't address that at first, and y'all did not let that shit down. Y'all were like, y'all made memes, y'all made TikToks, all kinds of stuff about Drake, not addressing the PDF file stuff. So I feel like I just that's what I mean. It's just weird. This is the weirdest battle ever. It's like one nigga can do no wrong, and one half nigga can do no right. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where y'all got him at, you know? They said Van Lathan's quote tells you exactly what K-Dot's beef is with. Is it in his chat? Oh, it must be something I gotta find. What is it? Van Lathan's quote on... Kendrick and Drake. So this is what I'm reading. I don't know if this is the quote that you're talking about, but it just basically says, people don't want to believe anything. I'll pull it up here on the screen too so you guys can see it. So it says, people don't want to believe anything Drake is saying about Kendrick, yet have no problem believing what Kendrick is saying about Drake, which is probably untrue. Kendrick is exposing a cultural reality that people don't trust Drake. You can't fight people's feelings. So Maul said something, and I know somebody said here earlier, Maul's a Drake stan. He may be. Like I said before I even played any of the clips, that 3 people on the podcast were pro Kendrick, and then Maul was pro Drake. And then I mentioned that he knows Drake in real life. They're friends. So obviously, all the pulling up from Maul wasn't a definitive. I just need to make sure I say this. Wasn't me saying that Maul is right, or this is the voice of the truth. It was more so to actually get a perspective of somebody who has talked to Drake a bunch of times throughout this beef, you know, because I don't talk to Drake. So I'm not going to be able to, I can't tell you what that nigga's thinking. I don't really like, I'm not taking shots at anybody right now. But there's content creators on this platform who talk to Drake as well, and I don't really rock with their content. So I would rather just pull Maul's up, because I actually watch Rory and Maul. It's one of my favorite podcasts. Let me see here. So what does it say? Let me get back to the comments, sorry. But okay, yeah. Here's the comment right here, Deuce. So everyone knows Drake is a hit maker, but I think after this, it's going to be hard for him to sway the culture, especially the things that have been said. I don't think it's going to have any real effect on him as a musician or anything. If none of the allegations come to the light for real, so if nothing really comes out, I don't think that this is really going to have that big of effect. I think what it's going to affect is the music that we get, you know? So like I think that from here on out, I think that Drake's gonna probably go into a different mode. So I don't think that we're gonna get a lot of Drake collaborating with different artists. We're not getting no more Drake Rick Ross collaborations, which kind of sucks because I don't even like Rick Ross, but I like those collaborations. They make good music together. You know, no more Drake Kendrick songs. You know, no more Drake Metro Boomin. We might get Drake in Future because Drake hasn't gone at Future on these tracks. So he just said something. He just made that little light statement about me and you never even went through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why you're mad at me. Me and you never even went through it. But, you know, Future messes with, you know, all them other dudes. So it's like, I think that we'll probably get some Future and Drake music in the future, but I don't think that we're going to get a lot of collaborations. And then now it puts the industry in a weird place because now you're either team Kendrick or you're team Drake. So a lot of artists that you may have seen work with Kendrick in the past might not work with Kendrick anymore because they're cooler with Drake than they were with Kendrick, and vice versa. So a lot of artists that would have worked with Drake, they're like, nah, I can't fuck with you, dog. You fucking going at K-Dot. That's my boy. I don't even think that he's gonna have a problem working with anybody in Atlanta if he wants to. I live in Atlanta, and if that nigga Drake hit me up today and was like, hey, you want to do a track? Let's go. I think that because really, I mean, if the only way that he might continue to have problems with like Atlanta is if Future really tries to be, well, if Future, yeah, I guess, yeah. Yeah, I guess Future probably ain't letting up either though. That's hard though, because I don't feel like everybody down here hates that nigga still. Obviously, there's a lot of motherfuckers that are gonna hate him, but Atlanta's not like a place where the whole entire population has grown up here. A lot of people migrate to Atlanta. So I feel like anybody who's migrated to Atlanta would still work with Drake, you know? I feel like a lot of the bigger artists from Atlanta would still work with Drake because just because Future's beefing with him doesn't mean you got to beef with him. Yeah, but he'll do more pop, but I think that's fine, you know? I don't think that it's going to affect his numbers because Drake's always going to do numbers, you know? He did a house CD or a house album with none of these Atlanta rappers on there, and that shit was a number one. So that's what I mean by I don't think that it's going to affect his I don't think it'll affect his career like everybody's thinking it's going to affect his career, you know? Because in the midst of this, these diss tracks are still getting 17, 16 million views on YouTube, 100 and something million views on Spotify. I just don't think that it's going to affect his career like that. What's good, Caraxon? Kendrick said, don't talk about my family. Drake said, I be with some bodyguards like Whitney, meaning that I'm deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm deep too, motherfucker. It wasn't a shot at Whitney. It wasn't like, no, he didn't say I be with Whitney like bodyguards. It was the fucking other way around. So he didn't talk about Kendrick's family yet. And then Kendrick came out and fucking went full throttle on him on Euphoria and was calling him all kinds of nasty shit, you know? That's kind of how it went. I think that people are missing that. He didn't talk about his family like that until if you diss me on a track and we're having a rap beef and I know your wife and we're cool, I can say some shit as long as I don't insult her. But once you insult me and you cross the line, I can fucking say some shit. Don't start no fucking rap beef if you don't want nobody to say nothing about, you know what I'm saying, no other shit. So like that can't be what turned his mind because again, a lot of these songs were already written. So he already knew he was going to say this shit. He was going to bait Drake into saying something about Whitney at some point in time so that he could say all this nasty ass shit, which I'm not mad at him for. I'm not happy at him for, you know, yes, again, here for Team Hip Hop. He said, I know I'm biased as fuck because I'm invested in the culture and Kendrick makes sense about the duality of a man's stuff he spits. Man, see, I don't know. I mean, I would say I'm as invested in the culture as anybody that you're gonna meet too, you know? Um, I just look at things a little bit different, you know? Maybe I look at things a little bit different because I've been invested in all different pieces of the culture. So like I'm old, so I understand that we need artists like Drake for other pieces of the culture because hip hop isn't just rap music. Hip hop is, you know, graffiti, breaking, DJing, beatboxing. You know, that's the culture. So in order for the breakers to do what they do, they need artists like Drake, you know? Otherwise they can't fulfill their part of the culture. Ain't nobody trying to fucking break dance or dance, period, because just dancing would take over for break dancing at this point. Ain't nobody trying to dance to some shit with a BPM of 70 fucking 3 where motherfuckers, you know, are just dropping bars, super lyrical shit. I'm not saying Kendrick. I'm not aiming this comment at Kendrick. I'm saying, but we need artists like Drake. For every artist like Chino XL, we need an artist like Drake. For every artist like Mos Def, we need, you know what I'm saying? We need somebody like Future or something that's gonna drop a club hit. So for every artist that's a lyricist, we on the flip side, we need a commercial artist so that the other elements, the DJs can play this music in the club and they can spin these records and they can get people dancing and they can do all this other stuff. That's fucking hip hop. And so a lot of times people get this fucking hip hop shit fucked up and they think hip hop is just rap music, and rap music is just it's a morsel of fucking hip hop. It's not the whole thing. It's just a piece of this fucking art. I mean, hip hop absolutely does need Drake. We can't say that hip hop don't need Drake when Drake was the nigga. Without Drake, you don't get A$AP Rocky. Without Drake, we don't know where Kendrick goes because Kendrick doesn't go on that first tour. Without Drake, there's so many artists that don't blow. Maybe we don't get that drill era that we got. There's a lot of stuff that he does that actually helps the culture, where Maul was right, where he says the nigga gives back more than he takes. Because no matter what he's gonna do, he's gonna drop a #1 hit. So it doesn't matter if it's a trap beat, if it's on a drill beat, if it's a house track, if it's a pop song, it doesn't matter the kind of song that he drops, it's still going to be a hit. So for you to bring on somebody and now you've elevated this other person's career and now this other person's a fucking superstar. And it's like Maul goes a little deeper because again, he knows a little bit more about this stuff. So he says, he doesn't even just work with these artists. He invites them out. He hangs out with them. He introduces them to people. He does all this shit. So yeah, you as the fan at home, you're like, oh, this motherfucker's a culture vulture. But in return, Drake did a collaboration with some artist on his album. He's invited them out to his area. He's introduced them to all these people. He's put them into the music industry. He's got them set up for their next song. He's got them set up for their next promo run. And then he, you know, goes off and does whatever it is he's going to do. But that's not even part of doing a collaboration. A collaboration is just getting the verse and paying somebody for their time, and then fucking now you're done. And that's stuff that people don't talk about. He goes, I guess allegedly, because I'm not there, I don't know, I don't want to make it sound like I got my cape on, because I know that's what y'all are going to say, because I know what the popular opinion is, and I'm just trying to give maybe the devil's advocate to the popular opinion, because I can see this shit. I'm trying to take myself out of being on one side and see this shit from both sides. A lot of the Kendrick shit can go unsaid. Like, I don't have to say, oh, this motherfucker's going hard dropping the songs. He keeps dropping them. No shit. That's common sense. We all see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, I was poorly sea-walking to Not Like Us, you know? But just, you know, trying to be unbiased at least a little bit, even if it may sound that way, you know? I don't know if I would necessarily, I don't know how we can compare this to Weinstein, you know, like Weinstein was making actresses have sex with them in order to get movie parts. Drake is just collaborating with other artists in order to put out a different kind of song, you know what I'm saying, and blow them up. I don't know if I would necessarily compare it to the same thing. And then he's introducing them to all these people and giving them opportunities. I just don't know if I would consider it the same thing. Then if y'all get along and you work well, then y'all work a lot together. You know? Yo, so here's my point, Niles. So you say you're assuming that A$AP Rocky or The Weeknd wouldn't have been stars without Drake, but you're assuming that they would have been stars without Drake, and that you can't prove that either. So I'm not arguing that they would or would not have been stars. What I'm saying is without him, they might not have blown up to the level that they were, and they definitely would not have blown up as fast. There's no denying that. Like, if you've been putting out a bunch of music and it ain't doing shit, now all of a sudden you get a Drake feature and you got a #1 song. Clearly, this motherfucker just sped up the speed in which your career, accelerated your career. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's clear. Yeah, see, that's another thing that gets me to Apex. Because like I wish I had that clip. That was a fire clip from the pod where Maul was like, they were like, well, Julian says, well, if Drake is writing his lyrics, he's got his ghostwriters, and Maul, or no, maybe Rory said it. And Maul says, man, y'all gotta stop with this. Drake ain't writing his own music. Kanye West is on record saying that Drake is the best songwriter that he has ever worked with. Nobody has written better songs that he has ever worked with than Drake, and he wishes that Drake could only work with him. Then he looked over and said, Kanye is his Lord Jesus Savior, or Jesus Christ and Savior. You know what I'm saying? He was like, how the fuck can y'all ignore all these other people telling you how great of a songwriter Drake is, and then just be like, y'all don't think that the nigga writes at nothing? But there's documented from some of your favorite stars, he wrote for them, Yeah, Vanta, that's where I'm at too. It is really a hard pill to swallow, because yesterday I was really big on yesterday. I was like, hey, yo, I don't want to see the proof. But that's the way that you're going to have to win this battle, was the proof, by showing the proof. But I don't want to see the proof, because I don't want to have to forget 15 years of Kendrick's music, and I don't want to have to forget 15 years of Drake's music, So I hope both these niggas is wrong. I hope this battle can take a turn to get back into like rapping and shit, or just making hits. Because again, I guess I can't contradict what I've been saying, and we basically have to judge this off of just who's making the best songs, Yo, MC Hammer, I'll still rock some MC Hammer, you know what I'm saying? Pumps and a bump. We like them girls with the pumps and a bump. So y'all know I almost went on a stream yesterday. I almost went on a late night stream. I was gonna cook I wanted to do a cooking stream. I should just convert this stream from here to a cooking stream. Because I still gotta cook it, because I didn't cook it last night. But I was gonna make like either some Alfredo, just from scratch or something. But then I was thinking, let's make it a pizza. So I was going to make like some chicken Alfredo. So I was going to make the sauce up and everything. Obviously cook the chicken up. And then I had some French bread. So I was going to slice the French bread, and I was going to use the Alfredo sauce as the as the pizza sauce. Get some chicken, mushrooms, onions on there. Some Parmesan cheese on the top with some mozzarella. And then sprinkle some more of that sauce over the top and whip that shit up. But then I didn't do that shit. I walked to the store and got some Mexican food instead. Even though I went to the store earlier, and I was supposed to have that date, but some shit came up, so I didn't do that. But I don't know. But back to the hip hop. I think that they're trying to get him out of here, because regardless on what you want to identify him at, he's still rap. He's a rapper. Again, I've been trying to explain this, and I will try to explain this on Blue in the Face, but hip hop is pillars. So, you have your breakers, you have graffiti, you have your DJs / beatboxers, you have your rappers. Now, rap is just a category of hip hop, and there are different categories of rap. So you have commercial rap, you have Southern rap, you have East Coast rap, West Coast rap, North rap. You have so many different kind of styles of rap, right? We have trap, we have just so much boom bap. We have so many different styles and different ways that you can rap, right? Drake just falls into a commercial rapper. It's still hip hop, because it's just a subgenre of rap, I'm more of somebody who falls on, I've played, I don't know if I played anything, music. I know you guys have heard me play. You guys have heard me rap before. I'm pretty sure everybody in here. So that's why, like, when I be having these conversations, if anybody was to say that I'm glazing, I'm just like, motherfucker, look at my catalog of music. How the fuck do I rap? I rap like a fucking spiritual, lyrical ass nigga. So if I was going to pick a side, I'm gonna pick Kendrick's side because he raps more like how I rap. Or like when we talk about rappers and stuff like that, I'm not a commercial rapper. I mean, lately I've rapped more about girls and stuff like that, but all my shit, my whole entire life has been underground rap, you know? And so I hate that. I hate to hear people not commercial rappers, because we need commercial rappers. I need commercial rappers when I'm at a family barbecue. I need commercial rappers if I go skating with my kids and I'm skating. I need commercial rappers if fucking I go to the club. I need commercial rappers in so many different facets of my life that I can't just knock him for being commercial. I have no idea who I would think that. Yo, I swear to God, I fucking swear to God, if they pack up Drake and get him out of here because he's a culture vulture, and then you say that you hope Jack Harlow. I hope you're. Oh, you said you hope it's no Harlow. I was gonna say, yo, we can't do that though. Jack Harlow can't be the face of hip hop if y'all bagged Drake up and got him out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had to reread it. When I reread it again, I caught it. Because I was like, fam, yo, you lost me there for a second, Vanta. You lost me. But we back. We bike, baby. We bike like we never left. I didn't give y'all any love when y'all popped in here, did I?
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful out. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely.
Everyone's so lovely. What are you saying about Florida? Hammer was a James Brown of hip hop. Flo Rida. What was Flo Rida's song? I don't even remember. I know he only had 1 or 2 songs. I can't even tell you. I mean, I'm not here to say I listen to all commercial music. Don't get me wrong. But there's nothing wrong with a nigga wanting to rap and sing. You know, Andre 3000 used to rap and sing, and we love him. Obviously, I think that Andre 3000 is higher on the echelon than Drake. She said, I feel like pulling out my old Eddie Murphy albums. What was the song? My girl likes to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. Who, Drake? It's played on hip hop stations too. I live in Atlanta, so what we're not gonna do is act like I guess I can speak for that, some of that shit too. I live in Atlanta. Drake's music still comes on the radio down here. Drake's music plays on all the hip hop stations. Every single hip hop station in fucking Atlanta, Drake's music plays on. Every station. And that's what's dope actually about Atlanta though. I guess I should say most. But that's what's dope about Atlanta. Like, motherfuckers don't understand how good some cities have it. Like, I used to, when I lived in Omaha, I never listened to the radio. The radio was the most trash thing. It was just trash. It was just like top 20 hits all day long. That was the hip hop station. It was only good on Sunday when they had local artists come out. So I used to go out there all the time and get interviews and stuff on the radio. So that was like the only time I messed with the radio really my whole life. I never really listened to the radio. When I moved to Atlanta, fam, I could turn on the radio right now and it's just gonna be bangers all day. No matter what station I flip to, I don't really have to skip songs and shit. You have different stuff, so they have different stations where it's like you can get all 90s hip hop and R&B. You can get 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B. You can just get commercial shit. You can get trap shit. There's so many different radio stations and it's all fucking hip hop and it's like the dopest shit in the world. It's like if you never experienced it, it's something that I would hope that you could experience it. It's all Swifty. Tiff, where are you at? Oh, most of his music is, well, I mean, but you can't be mad if somebody is crossed over from pop to hip hop if they do both, you know? Yo, you up there on the NYC. Oh, so the podcast I was watching was right up your alley, the Rory Amal podcast. Yo, let me ask you this, Tiff, super random question. Do you have a thick-ass New York accent? I'm not going to imitate a New York accent because that's disrespectful. But is your shit like super thick? Like if you get to arguing with people, can we tell you from New York? You said, well, Vanta, we're probably in that same age range, my dude. I'm 43, so I'm no spring chicken. I'm old too. Showing my age a little bit. The thing is, T.I. and Luda back then didn't need Drake. So ATL need him to get bigger radio play and make hits. I'm from Georgia, by the way. I'm not from Georgia, but I live in Georgia. So obviously, I told y'all I'm from the Midwest. I grew up in Omaha. I listen to everything. So I enjoy music from every single coast. I enjoy down south music. I enjoy West Coast music. I enjoy East Coast music. Like, if you ask me who my favorite rap groups are, in order, it would go Outkast, Wu-Tang, and the Dog Pound. So it would be somebody from each coast, and that's no cap. That's not. I don't have to think about that. That's for real. Would be my 3 favorite groups of all time. So I listen to music from everywhere. I'm gonna listen to anything. For the most part, I don't listen to. Y'all may judge me. I don't listen to I don't listen to Boosie and shit like that. I don't listen to that shit. But I'm not saying from a perspective that Atlanta needs Drake to make hits. I just don't think that all of Atlanta is mad at Drake. I just think some niggas in Atlanta are mad at Drake, And so his music's still going to come on the radio. He's still going to get played down here. He's still going to get to run with his people, all that stuff. So, yeah, it's cool. From Connecticut. Isn't Connecticut a pretty similar accent, though? And so how can I say this? How can I say this as impactful as possible? Here we go. So I'm not saying that I think that every Atlanta rapper needs Drake, because if that's how I came across from what I've been saying in this conversation, then I apologize, because those aren't the words that I was trying to convey to you guys. What I'm saying is that some of those artists, like Kendrick couldn't get anybody to let him go on tour with him. But Drake took his ass on tour when Drake was a huge megastar, right? So Kendrick needed Drake. Weeknd had a bunch of flops before he got with Drake. You know what I'm saying? Gets with Drake helps blow him up, A$AP Rocky can't get one record label to listen to his music. He hooks up with Drake blows him up. So I guess what I'm trying to say isn't that these people, that the whole entire city of Atlanta needs people, but a lot of people who are coming at Drake in this battle needed him at some point in time in their life, and they benefited off of the relationship they got with him. And now, 5, 10, 6 years later, they're putting him on blast or whatever the fuck the case is. I guess I'm like this. I'm a pretty loyal person. And so that's one of my faults. I'm loyal to a fault, if that makes sense. So a lot of people aren't necessarily loyal to a fault. So a lot of the shit I'm about to say right here is going to, your average person just gonna be like, what the fuck ever, nigga. But I'm loyal to a fault. So that means that if you've helped me in my life and you've helped me better my life and put me in a better place, then it's my responsibility to do everything that I can do to not harm you, as long as you're not harming me or attacking me, right? So like, let's say I don't have a job. I got a family and I need to get a job. And you get me a job making like $80,000 a year. You get me back on my feet at the job. Well, as long as you ain't doing no scandalous shit at the job, like stealing from me or some shit, I'm probably always gonna look the other way. So like if you do some shit at the job that's fucked up and I seen you do the shit, I'm gonna look the fucking other way because you got me this job, you helped me out, all this other stuff. So I'm gonna be loyal to you because you're the person that helped me out. I don't feel like any of these people understand what the word loyalty means. And I feel like a lot of people in this world don't really understand how to be loyal or what loyalty means. And so since they're not loyal, they think that all this shit's cool and all this shit's funny. But it's like, nigga, because of me, you're a fucking millionaire. You have millions of dollars, you have this huge following. You get to do all the shit that you want to do in this life. And now you're shitting on me, I don't know if I would say either one of the, I guess maybe depending on your age range. Because if I wasn't listening to Weeknd and A$AP when they were on the underground. And again, that could be based off of age though, because I'm a little bit older. So, you get to a certain age where you stop listening to new artists. And I just don't know if I would have, when A$AP and Weeknd were coming out, I was like 30 something. So it was like, I was probably done finding new artists to put into my musical catalog, I think Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole were like the last of the artists that I was willing to put into my rotation of artists that I listened to. Because, you just get to that age, you just get old enough to where you just stop for a second. So I got to pee real quick, y'all. Come back. Do y'all want me to keep going on with this stream, or do y'all want to end it, or what do y'all want to do? I do know I got to go to the restroom, so I'll let y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think, but I'll be right back. I got to go pee. I'm just going to run this track back. All right, I'm back. I'm bike. Let me see what y'all saying. Did they? When I'm reacting to your ASAP's crew ran the blogs back in the day. I mean, I remember when they came out, but I think when A$AP Rocky was first coming out, I think I was just having my kid too. I'm not really like the biggest fan of A$AP Rocky. I'm not trying to hate. Like, that's just not really. I'm not gonna get, if his shit comes on the radio, I'm probably not gonna get too jiggy with that shit. I've just never really, even the shit I've listened to, I just don't really rock with it like that. No slight, no insult. I'm not saying he can't rap. It's just not. I'm not gonna be checking for A$AP. I wouldn't disagree with being a PDF file wouldn't end a relationship with somebody, but if in that same respect, I would bow out gracefully, you know? I don't know. Let me think of how to put this. Because I need to think about what I'm gonna say here, because I don't know. I gotta think about this shit. All right. So this is how. I've had a couple of friends. Let me run that back. Let me stop. Hey, what's up, GoldenEye? My boy, what's good? Everything that I've talked about today has just basically been about the new Rory and Maul podcast for the beginning of the pod. So I kind of went through and I just pulled videos of Maul talking about. He talked to Drake. He's been talking to Drake this past week, you know, because Maul and Drake are cool. And so Maul said that Drake's not done. He's got more tracks. He's frustrated right now because he's like, what do y'all niggas want? Like, what do we do? How many more tracks do we have to drop? Like, are we doing this forever? Because, like, I'm still in this, but, like, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know where we're at right now, you know? So, and then there was just more commentary just about different things. Like, Maul saying that, Maul talking about different things like, Y'all niggas is mad at Drake because he didn't address any of these issues. Then the nigga addresses the issues, and y'all niggas is trying to ignore that shit. Now you're like, oh, he made a song about this, blah, 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 blah. But you, Mr. Lamar, let me play that clip real quick. That shit's funny. Y'all can't even hold me and tell me that clip's not funny. That shit's a funny ass clip. I'm gonna play this clip. This shit's funny. Just for you, my dude.
He did rap about it. Now y'all saying you mad he rapped about it. What the fuck are y'all talking about?
Okay, now.
That's exactly what he did on the Hard Part 6. He rapped about this nigga's taking his fake information. I told y'all this on Family Matters when I said, you digging for dirt, you should be digging for proof. I got pictures of the fucking little girl all in the fucking video plastered on the wall. I'm fucking playing with this dumb nigga. And he's going for it. I'm the most lit nigga in the game. Y'all mad and there's no skeletons in my closet. I'm not no fucking pedophile. Stop it. That's the only thing y'all niggas know that could fucking end my run is me being, and it doesn't exist. Stop the bullshit.
But
you Mr. Lamar, you hit your girl because she's bigger than you. You put your hands on your girl. She's been engaged for years. Y'all not married yet. You living in New York. She's not. Let's talk real shit. All this 11-year-old daughter shit y'all talking about. And because he released it right after the Family Matters. It's a better record. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
We didn't say it was a better record.
On
We
these
said
niggas,
Family
man.
Matters is probably the best song in this whole
It
shit.
ain't no probably, nigga. It's the best record that's released in this entire beef.
Okay, even if you say that,
Visually
even
smashing on you.
okay.
All right,
Good Kid, Mad City Van. I hit the latch and let the door slide, nigga. I'm
That was the wrong.
smashing y'all niggas.
They said that's the wrong
This right
van.
here.
No, that wasn't. That was a Dodge Spirit van. Listen,
I mean,
listen.
that's nitpicking to me.
Listen,
that was
That's
nitpick-
what, that's
that
what
was- that
niggas
was
is going to
nitpicking
do.
me. I didn't-
That's what
I was
niggas
like-
is going to do.
I didn't even
when
care
I'm
about that.
smashing y'all. Y'all gonna stop.
Okay.
Yo, it's not the same
Okay.
thing.
But
Yo,
wait,
Rim
okay,
is
wait,
different.
give me one
second.
No,
The van has
so-
Give me 1 second.
Small.
He smashing these niggas.
So
man.
So I don't agree with everything Maul said. Clearly, I don't think that Kendrick or Drake is smashing Kendrick, but I do think that I'm going to wait until the whole battle is over to give my opinion on who I thought won. Because because I'm an old school battle head, and if we're lining shit up, I don't even want to say that shit because y'all niggas gonna kick me out of context. Y'all gonna try to back me up and get me out of here. But like, how are these rounds going? I keep saying that over and over again. How are these rounds going? Yo, did you see some of the greatest content that I've ever seen in my entire life was when Ack went to go do a lyric breakdown of, I feel like Ack went to go do a lyric breakdown of Family Matters, and Kendrick dropped again. I think he dropped Not Like Us, and you can see fucking Ack is just defeated on stream, right? Because he's like, all right, he's like, all right, so blah, 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 and the chat's like, Kendrick dropped again. So you know how the chats is. When somebody drop again, it's just a roll of text saying Kendrick dropped again, right? And so Ack's listen, and he looks up, he's like, Kendrick dropped again. Ack's like, what? Like, he looked defeated, like, what? You fucking gotta be kidding me. He couldn't have responded again. And then, like, listening to the track, he's just defeated and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just looks like, or is it the one, maybe it's the one where Axe compromised. I can't remember. It's one of the tracks, though. It's so much shit. So much music. So much music. You said you got who in 4K? Here's what I'll say, Niles. I guess I keep saying this because it's hard to judge this battle. Because in the history of battle rap, how battles go is you drop a song, I drop a song. Round one, right? We decide who's up, right? And then whoever dropped the fucking first song is responding to the fucking other person's song. And then it's always a back and forth. Like if you watch battle rap, it's always one round, second round. One round, second round, right? That's how battles go. And again, I'm not trying to explain this in a way that's going to put one person up or one person down, because I consistently say I'm not fucking putting in my I don't have an opinion on the winner of this battle until it's all the way done. I'm willing to give, as a battle rapper, I'm willing to give these dudes their time to get all the art out, right? So if, depending on how you're looking at this battle, if you're looking at this battle real song for real song, because Taylor Made and 616 weren't real songs, and if they were real songs, they lost to whatever song was up against it, because those were two kind of trollish songs, right? Those weren't fucking battle songs. But if y'all want to count those in there, whatever song went against it won. So Like That was the first track, which in the response to Like That was Push-Ups, right? So you can decide which song that you think was harder. Was it Kendrick's verse on Like That, or was it Drake's whole Push-Ups track? You know what I'm saying? You can decide which track that you think is harder. That should be round one, right? So after that, we should be moving on to round two. And round two should be Euphoria. And then the response to Euphoria is Family Matters, right? That's the way it should be, because you get to respond to a song. Like, you got to have time to put a fucking song out. Just because a motherfucker wrote like songs for 5 years and they can release them nonstop. Well, I didn't, nigga. So y'all want to battle, or do y'all just want a predetermined ending, right? So now, what song do you think is harder, Family Matters or Euphoria? Fucking Family Matters is harder than Euphoria. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all motherfuckers say. So now we're into the next round, and what is that going to be? Meet the Grams versus Heart Part 6. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, or where do you go? I Like That versus Heart Part 6, or Meet the Grams, and like that's what I'm saying is this battle's fucked up, and I could see how people would score it differently. But then there's another area where I could see how people are looking at it like Euphoria is going against Push-Ups. So now you've got Like That and Euphoria against Push-Ups. And so now, okay, maybe those two songs together, they do get fucking Push-Ups. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, fine, whatever. So now he's up in that round. So now then we're going into the next round. But then that's not fair because Drake should be able to respond to Euphoria. So that's why this battle's all jacked up, is because motherfucking the internet has allowed people to decide that battles are decided by as quick as the tracks are done. And part of that's Drake's fault though. Like Kenny has done a good job of using that against Drake, you know? He's done an absolutely good job of using Drake's strategy against him. That's actually genius work. First person shooter wasn't a diss track. So that's where a lot of problems is too, with the way that people are trying to spin all this shit. First person shooter wasn't a diss track to Kendrick. Kendrick was supposed to be on the Zam song. It's already been confirmed that Kendrick was supposed to be on that track, but they couldn't. See, this is what's bullshit. And Maul talked about this on the podcast too. The reason why Kendrick never got on first person shooter is because Kendrick didn't want to send Drake his verse first. And in return, Drake didn't want to send Kendrick his verse first either. So neither one of these niggas could figure out who would send their verse first so that the other person could write off of it. And so, that's kind of that's why Kendrick's not on first person shooters, because those niggas couldn't get on the same face. Yeah, they couldn't see eye to eye. So that's why when they were saying it's the big three, they were really giving Kendrick props, because I think that part was already written before Kendrick bowed out of the song. So whenever you hear somebody say first person shooter was a shot, it wasn't. They were giving the nigga props. They were literally trying to give the nigga props. Kenny heard that shit and fucking spazzed out. And so but Tailor Made wasn't even a song like that. I think that y'all are taking that as a diss track when it was just a troll, So it wasn't like, that's why I haven't counted that into the battle. That's why I'm saying it was just a troll. He knew that he was not going to get off Tupac and Snoop Dogg AI in the round. And then if you just listen to the song, he's like giving him a pep talk. Like if you peep the temperature of these two artists as this battle is going, it's fucking wild, because Drake makes the AI song with Tupac, but he's just basically telling him to fucking, he's giving him a pep talk. You know what I'm saying? Go get this nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's like throwing a little jab, but then you return back with, you're a fucking pedophile. Like, whoa, nigga. Like, whoa, like, whoa. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I'm not, maybe he is. I don't know. I'm not defending him. But it's like, you gotta be like, if you're the person who's known that Kendrick Lamar has wanted to battle you for a while, but you thought that y'all were cool because you put him on for some tours and shit. So you probably thought in your mind, he just wants to be the best rapper. So we're going to go at rapping shit, And then all of a sudden, you hear somebody call you a PDF file in the middle of a track. Tailor Made versus 616. How about Pass? How about I'll pass on both those songs? If there was 2 songs in this battle that I could go, if there was 3 songs in this battle I could go without ever hearing again in my life, it would be Tailor Made, 616, and Meet the Grams. I don't need those songs anymore in my life. I am fucking good without that shit. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem hitting skip on them. He did in the terms of this beef. He brought up the alleged allegations. But then there's like things like I talked about yesterday, because there's like, Kendrick fans will be like, this stream has me feeling nasty because I didn't want to just come on here and defend Drake, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to give a perspective from both sides. And part of what's allowing me to continue to give a perspective from this side is that you guys are giving the Kendrick perspective, which I appreciate and I respect. I know you guys can obviously see clear as day This shit ain't got me worked up, so I ain't got no hard feelings towards nobody in chat. I ain't mad at nothing. The shit that y'all saying, speak y'all's truth, speak y'all's opinions on this, because I just wanna make this an open conversation so that all sides of the spectrum could be seen versus just my side or versus your side or his side or her side or whatever the case is. So, yeah, K-Dot shouldn't have. He straight up dissed this dude, Drake. We're not even gonna act like he didn't go hard on Drake on like that. Just because it was a subliminal doesn't mean that it's not not coming at somebody. What'd you say? Drake messed up. Yeah, but I keep responding to that too. He didn't really say anything about Whitney. All he said was, I be with bodyguards like Whitney, and it was just a double entendre. So it was just like, obviously Whitney Houston, the bodyguard, and then he was saying he be deep with bodyguards like Whitney. It was just, and then Kendrick's wife's name is Whitney. I mean, it wasn't a serious bar. He didn't say your wife is loose. He didn't say your wife's a bitch. He didn't say nothing bad about his wife. He knows Whitney, and this is one of those things too. Like, I've battle rapped so many people. I have brought up. Yo, and see, GoldenEye knows too. I know GoldenEye from a long time. Me and GoldenEye go team 4. We rap in the same circles. Some of the dopest rappers you'll hear. I'm not just saying that to say that. I'm not even gonna include myself in that circle. I'm just saying we roll in a circle with some of the dopest rappers you'll ever hear. Battle rappers who are on fucking Smack, URL, all that stuff. In our crew and shit. So. Battle rappers that have battled Cortez, that have battled, what's my dude's name? Chess, shit like that. We roll with a crew full of lyricists. So when you're dissecting these lyrics, if I was battling GoldenEye and I know his girlfriend, I can crack jokes about his girlfriend as long as it's not disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Or if like I'm battling and you've been knowing my wife for 20 years, you get to crack jokes about my wife as long as you don't make this shit disrespectful. If you say some disrespectful shit that hurts her feelings or you piss me off, we might have to fight. We'll figure it out afterwards. But, just knowing you can really say what you want to say. As long as it's respectful if you know the person. Yeah, but Kendrick... Yeah, are we forgetting Euphoria? Like in Euphoria, he was making the pedo accusations in Euphoria, right? So much music is dropped. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all either. I haven't gone back and really listened to Euphoria. It was a decent track, but it just wasn't my favorite of them all. So let's see here. We got the lyrics pulled up for Euphoria. I probably should just play it. I think Kenny's letting us all get paid off this shit. Ugh. Let me see. Oh yeah, but this shit's kind of nasty too. He's talking about his dad. So he's talking about his family. So he clearly didn't leave family out of it. It's just being real. And I get it was that Parkinson bar. I thought that this shit was an overrated bar though. I've heard this before. Let me see. Reading all this shit on stream is kind of, I'm just trying to find it because I feel like he said some shit about, he said some disrespectful ass shit here. I feel like this track was enough to fucking get that Dave Free out of him though. As I'm like reading through this shit, he basically told this nigga he wasn't black. He told this nigga, yo, y'all don't think that, okay, no. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have to take this from an honest opinion, right? So if you were battling your home, somebody you knew, right? And they were like, family's off limit, But then this nigga starts talking about bars with you and your dad, calling you not black, fucking calling you a pedo, all this shit. Gloves off, nigga. I don't know. I think that not black enough line is what did it though. And then telling a nigga he can't say nigga, that's wild. That sexy red bar though was one of my favorite bars of this whole battle. I can't lie. I don't know. I gotta listen to this track again. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't want to sit up here and I have to listen to that track again. I'm not gonna listen to it on stream though. Yeah, but you know he already had that info. You know he was ready to drop that shit. That's rough, man. I don't know how to feel about this. I just don't know how to feel about that, you know? I guess if that makes sense, you know? I also don't know how to feel about you starting a battle and then deciding what can't be said. You know what I'm saying? Like you starting a battle in public and then you deciding what we can and we can't talk about. I don't know. That's where I'm at though today, guys. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring those few little things up. Just from somebody who actually knows Drake, rocks with Drake, talks to him all the time. Just to give you guys a different perspective. Again, I am not Team Drake. I am not Team Kendrick. I am Team Hip Hop. But how do we know Drake agreed to those terms? Because in a song, Drake even says, you know, calling my phone, telling me what I should rap about, but he didn't agree to that shit. So, you know, Drake addresses that shit in the song. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna call my phone and talk about what we can beef about, nigga? Fuck out of here. Oh, that's what I meant to show y'all too. Corrupt had me weak. I watched that yesterday. Here, let me pull that up. Actually, I'll pull that up real quick. We can watch that shit. We won't watch the whole interview, but when he's reacting to like that shit's funny. What was that on the Bootleg Kev podcast? I did see that. What's going on my history? Corrupt reaction. Oh, did y'all see Suki dissed JT today? The shit's not hard, but the shit's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. I'm not even going to hold y'all. It's kind of hard, but it's not. But it's kind of hard. She dissed the shit out of JT today. It's like diss track season up in here. All right, so
as a father who works full time, I want to be an example.
Gotta walk out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Nigga, that shit gets me going every time. Oh, I like that shit though, Kendrick. I'm not even gonna hold you. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. That's my shit from that song. Y'all can't hold me. Y'all can't tell me shit. Drake, I heard you like him young. Kendrick was so petty in that shit.
They've had this silent war.
All right, so let's go. What was sorry here?
I mean, shit, you never know.
You never know, but I don't want to speculate on that.
I mean, shit, action is action.
You got shot where?
In Toronto.
I see.
All right, so we'll start right here with Corrupt. This is Corrupt reacting to this shit.
Yeah, it's big.
Damn, cuz.
Yo, it's funny because Corrupt didn't even know these niggas had beef. And this is after Not Like Us came out. So you know Corrupt is so disconnected from the world. This dude is a hip-hop legend. And he didn't even know Not Like Us came out. He didn't even know these niggas were in the middle of a rap beef. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. Corrupt also has one of the greatest diss tracks of all time. He absolutely murdered DMX. Absolutely murdered DMX. All right.
I'm going back to bed.
Snoop heard this shit.
Yeah.
So look, hold on, cuz. So, this is big news.
It's big.
Damn, cuz, there's a lot going on.
Wait.
But like I said before, ain't nobody.
Before I go here, am I cool with? I think that if you're in a battle with your friend who's actually supposed to be your friend, then yes, things are off limit. Absolutely off limit. I am not trying to expose my friend. That goes back to what I was saying earlier about loyalty. I'm a strong, avid believer in loyalty. Tyrone, what's good, bro? Appreciate you. Thanks for that super chat, my guy. I appreciate that. But I'm team hip hop. So I'm team loyalty. So if this is my boy, then I'm not going to get all nasty with him and shit. Like, it's my boy. Like, I'm not excusing being a PDF file or none of that other stuff. But if I have a friend who does grimy shit and I've always been friends with this dude who does grimy shit, then I'm not going to expose all his grimy shit 10 years after I've been knowing he's doing grimy shit and I've been cool with it for 10 years. That doesn't make me a better person. I was fucking aided and embedded this shitty behavior for 10 years. I also wouldn't say anything negative about my friend's spouse or kids or shit like that. So I do think things are off limits if you're friends. If you don't like a motherfucker, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say about him. Though, if you hate somebody, more power to you. But just be ready to square up when you see him in public, though.
Nobody got killed yet. That's what makes the difference.
So this is the song that's got all of LA just going crazy.
I see dead people.
Mustard?
DJ Mustard did the beat.
Mustard on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a free throw. Man down, call like Ever Lambs, tell him breathe, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pull on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs. And party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. That fuck em up. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
Yeah, so.
Yo, y'all see the way that Corrupt looked over at Daz? He was like, yo, these niggas don't like each other. And then from there, do I have any Moog sense? I do not have any Moog sense. I have a Novation base station, a Arturia Micro Freak, a Yamaha Modi X, a Sequential Take 5, an ASM Hydrasynth. I have a MPC Key 37. I have a Donner B1, and then I have a Yamaha Sec Track. Moog Sense are fire though. I'm gonna get one eventually. I don't have one yet though. Certified Boogeyman. I'm the one that up the score with him. Yo, so I guess we'll watch a few more of these comments since I've already got you guys going. From Kevin Corrupt. I love Corrupt. Corrupt's in my top 10. Corrupt is in my top 10. If you knew how I listen to rap music, dude, Streets is a mother. Oh my God, that CD was a fucking classic. It doesn't get the props that it fucking deserves. One of the greatest CDs that has ever come out in hip hop history. I absolutely love that CD. Streets is a mother. One of my favorites. Go bang, rock.
This is hard. So that's one of 5 songs. They not like us. This is hard.
He's like, that shit hard.
So that's one of 5 songs that they've been
That
like.
nigga ain't dropped a whole album in a week.
It's fucking crazy.
Back and forth.
Why?
Rick Ross and them in it too. Everybody just dropping shit.
This it
Rick
feels like
Ross.
the 90s. It feels like the
Drake
90s.
Drake did about 5 or 6 niggas in the first round.
Y'all see how confused Corrupt looks right now? He's like, Rick Ross, what the fuck's he in here for?
What's the problem?
You know, I think it's it's competition. They've had this silent war. Kendrick and
Yo, the Dog Pound has one of my top 5 favorite songs of all time. That song that they have on Dog Food. I'm a DPGC for life. I do what I feel and I do what I like. I'm a DPGC for life. I hit you like straps, or I hit you in the, whatever he said. I'd have to hear the song again. From the homie strap, I smoke Indo when I sip cognac. Give a fuck what your name is. But Corrupt's second verse in that song is so hard.
Drake have had a silent war going for like 8 or 9 years of subs, and finally Kendrick pretty much hit him with a direct shot on the song we were talking about, the like that record.
I ain't talking about nigga mama, kids, all kind of shit.
Oh, it was yeah.
Kendrick come on talk about the nigga daddy bad.
Oh shit.
It's you know, it's good for hip hop. It's got people rapping again.
But now they just says.
So do y'all hear what Corrupt said? Corrupt has my whole sentiments right now. He's like, this is good for hip hop. This ain't good for hip hop. The nasty ass allegations aren't good for hip hop. The rapping against each other, that's good for hip hop.
Somebody got shot. His bodyguard got Drake.
To be fair, I don't think that has anything to do with what's going on.
I mean, shit, you never know.
You never know, but I don't want to speculate on that.
Yo, Mike Perez, that is facts, bro. I agree with you 100%. When Rick Ross showed up to the party calling Drake a white boy, bro, go, bro. Like, go do some other shit for a little bit. Let him finish his shit with Kendrick. Get the fuck out of here. Because it's fucked up that we live in a climate now where there's actual white people calling Drake white boy. That shit's fucked up, bro. That shit's fucked up. I couldn't imagine. I mean, even if you're mixed, in my opinion, you're black because you're going to get treated like you're black from everybody else. So it's like, I couldn't imagine being black and fucking white people are calling me white boy. Bro, I couldn't do that shit. That shit's foul. Fucked up the whole entire beef. Because of Rick Ross and these other niggas, we got to take bars for them niggas in these Drake songs. Well, clearly I'm paying attention to it. I'm reporting on it, you know? I mean, I don't. Obviously, rap beefs are going to change. But here's the thing about rap beefs too, is that they don't happen often. And so in this new age of the internet, we haven't really had a whole bunch of battles. You know, we've had some, like, you know, we've had Drake and Meek, and we had the Drake and Tory Lanez, and we had Tory Lanez versus everybody, and we've had some battles, but I don't know if I necessarily say this is how it's going to define the next future battles, but what I do think it is, it's helping. So like, it's just going to keep progressing, you know, like I think that we're going to be in this weird place where time is more important than quality. And I don't think we shouldn't have to settle for that shit. We shouldn't have to change I'm never going to change my thought process. So like, I don't give a fuck if somebody tells me, I don't care if somebody tells me that hip hop is changing and that I'm wrong. And I'm just going to look at these motherfuckers and be like, man, I've been hip hop for 43 years. Don't tell me about what the fuck is right and wrong about hip hop. You know, I don't think that the speed in which a song is delivered is more important than the quality of the actual song and the truth in the accusations. So, I mean, if we're in a place right now in this world where a wild accusation is more important than the truth, then whatever, y'all can have that world. But that's not where I operate at. Oh, the record labels are in love right now. Niles, I don't necessarily, let me say this too, Niles, because, you know, obviously you rock with the channel. We cool. You my guy. Sometimes when I'm responding to these comments too, it's not like I think that you're responding towards me, but it's just an open dialect. And so I've been trying to maintain this whole time that I want to give a perspective from both sides, but I don't have to give a perspective from Kendrick's side because everybody else has Kendrick's perspective already. And they're not willing to look at Drake's. So like some of these comments aren't necessarily me thinking that you're attacking me. Bro, you rock with the channel all the time. You're here on like all the live streams. I wouldn't think that you were like coming at me, you know? Like if you're here all the time, man, I would never think that you're trying to attack me. I would think that we were cool, you know? Yeah, the record labels are loving it though, that's for sure. That's what I think I got for y'all. I'm about to go cook this food. I'm half tempted to just hop right the fuck back on a live stream and cook this dinner and bug the fuck out of y'all cooking. I don't think I'm going to though. I might, I don't know. I probably won't though. Cause then I gotta go set up the fucking camera and shit. Yeah, I'm out. I appreciate y'all though, man. Thanks for rocking with me like always, man. And I'll probably be back on tonight. If I'm not back on tonight, I might do another. I might see here. I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn about tonight's stream. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I might do the music critique stream tomorrow because Miss Crystal, top music attorney, she's gonna react to my video about output tonight on her live stream, and she streams at the same time as I stream, and I kind of want to watch her stream with me in it because she's streaming about me. So I kind of want to watch that stream, so I might not be on stream tonight. If not, I'll try to do the stream tomorrow or something. I don't know. I don't have those answers, Sway. But I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be easy. Y'all have a good night, and I'll holler at y'all. Peace. You know what? You know what? Before I get out of here, I think I can do that. Maybe we'll do that. I want y'all, everybody who's in here, give a shout out to Tyrone. You know what I'm saying, for becoming a mod. I'm with that, Tyrone. Thank you. I appreciate you, my dude. You always be here. You always rep for me. I can definitely give you a blue wrench. Go ahead and make a comment real quick before I get out of here so you can see your first blue wrench. I would agree with that. Some people I just don't make blue wrenches. Hey, what's up, Banta? Some people I just don't make blue wrenches because it's like when we do streams, a lot of my mods are always here. And so like I don't want my stream to be only mods, if that makes sense. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like I'm trying to sound weird or nothing, but it's like, I don't want my stream to be only blue wrenches and shit. So, if I got 3 or 4 blue wrenches in here, because Dick McGuffin's normally here, it's just not the time for Dick McGuffin to be here right now. Banta's normally here. And then there's normally another, Cole's normally here, and then there might be another mod here and there too. Yeah, I kind of want to see how she's going to react because I don't think that she's going to go hard, but I think that there's some things I may not be right factual on, which is cool, but I've talked to her and I sent over my contract and all this shit to her. So, and me and her talked for like probably like an hour yesterday, half hour. So I know she's going to do that stream tonight. So I kind of want to watch it, because it's just a stream about me. I know I can go back and watch it later, but it's about me, so. Or maybe I might go live. Maybe I might go live and react to her live stream live on the live stream. Yo, let's get nasty with this YouTube shit. I'm about to start getting a little more nastier because I'm doing more channels with like the sports stuff and shit like that. Let's go ahead and get all the way YouTube out. You know what I'm saying? Live on a live, nigga. Let's fucking go. I might have to do that shit. That might be dope. Getting live on a live. All right, y'all, but I'm out. I'm still waiting for freaking Tyrone to comment. He never commented. He didn't want to see his wrench. All right, well, I got to go, y'all. I got to go cook this food because I got to figure out if I'm going to stream or not. It's going to take me probably about an hour and a half to cook this shit. There you go. Look at you. You got the wrench player. Let's go. Hey. What's good, Tiz but a scratch? You're hopping in right as I'm hopping out, man. I'm out of here. But I will either see y'all tonight or tomorrow. I'll have some content probably tomorrow too. I got to record it tomorrow morning. But I'll probably have some content for you guys at like noonish tomorrow. So, all right, y'all. Peace.